Hi, I'm here to discuss about a small topic, management of training function. So, first of all, we have to analyze why training need to be conducted within an organization, because uh, every organization needs the service of a trained person for performing the activities in a systematic way. The fast-changing technological development makes the knowledge of employees obsolete. They require constant training to cope up with the needs of jobs. And uh, here we have some definitions about the training. According to Richard P. Carlo, the function of training is the process of aiding employees to gain effectiveness in their present and future work. Training is a learning process that involves acquisition of knowledge, sharpening of skills, concepts, or changing the attitudes and behaviors to enhance the performance of employees. Training is an activity which deliberately attempts to improve a person's skills at task. So training is an inevitable function within an organization, and it simply means sharpening or polishing the skills that an employee had to a definite goal or to perform a specific task that to which he is entitled. Uh, so there are 7 stages involved in managing the training needs, and the first one is determining the training needs. First of all, we have to examine the newly appointed or an existing employee to determine what kind of training they need to work effectively, and we have to determine like what training, if any, is required, and decide whether or not training is the solution, etc. And generally, training needs can be determined through some analysis, and the first analysis is organizational analysis. And the organizational analysis simply means study of the entire organization in terms of its objectives, resource allocation, utilization, etc. And organizational analysis consists of some number of analysis, and the first one is analysis of objectives. Uh, Short-term and long-term objective analysis. So every organization have their own short-term and long-term objectives. So whenever we determining the training needs, we have to analyze the objective for conducting an effective and useful training session. It may be short or long-term, as per the needs of the organization. So we have to analyze the objective. Then second analysis is resource utilization analysis, and effective utilization of resource will result many benefits to the organization, like cost reduction, increasing efficiency, etc. And as we all know, every organization have many departments like finance, human resource, marketing, etc. So the utilization of the resources by these departments are main focus of uh, human resource. Resource utilization analysis. The main these departments' efficiency can be uh, evaluated by establishing various indices for efficiency indices for each of them. And the third analysis is environment scanning. Every organization exists in a society have to be bothered about the environment in which they are operating, and this environment consists of a social environment, political environment, economic environment, and some more other environments. And simply for analyzing the factors that are within the control and out of the control of organization, we conducting the environment scanning, and which helps to analyze the factors which are influencing the organization and the factors which are not. So the fourth analysis is organizational climate analysis. Climate means atmosphere which formed as a result of employer-employee relationship. This is just for analyzing the employers and employees' attitude. employees attitude is they willing for their training, and employers attitude what is their behavior about employee promotion, employee development, and are they ready for conducting the training session, and ready for provide essentials needed for the training, etc. So the second stage in determining the training need is to analyze the task or role. Task analysis or role analysis. Basically, task or role analysis is a detailed study of a job to determine what specific skills a job is required. Techniques like job description, job specification, etc. are useful for job analysis and task or role analysis. Then manpower analysis. Manpower analysis means analysis of human resources, and it can be resolved by can be simply conducted by examining the three issues as follows. First one is whether performance is satisfactory and training is required, whether employee is capable of being trained and the specific areas in which training is needed, whether training will improve the employee's performance on the job. And so by examining these three areas we can analyze manpower effectively. And then establishing training policies. After analyzing the training needs, we have to establish the training policies. Policies are some rules which an organization proposing for doing some activities or performing some operation. So for the purpose of an effective training, every organization should have to establish a well-defined training policies. And this policy must consist of the top management's responsibility for training and its employees, training of its employees, and comprises rules and procedures governing the standards and scope of training and development. So the third step is to setting the goals and objectives. As like every functions of management planning, organizing, controlling, etc. Training function have also short and long term objectives. So proper setting of this objective is an important procedure. And the short term objective of training may be to help the employees to perform their current job, but long term objective deals with making the employees capable of dealing with the job consisting of greater duties and responsibilities. And the major types of goals and objectives of training includes operational objectives, performance objective, instructional objectives, reaction objectives, personal growth objectives, innovation or change making objectives, etc. And then fourth step is to preparing training budget. So budget means financial plan for a specified period of time, and it must be consist of revenue, expenses, etc. So preparing training budget is essential, and it must be helpful for the proper and effective utilization of funds that allowed for conducting the training. So preparing the training budget. And the fifth step is deciding the training venue. Selection of the training venue depends upon in the type of training to be given. It may be within the plant or outside the plant. If we are conducting on the job training, training venue must be within the organization, and if we are go for off the job training, we have to conduct the training by using external sources or outside the plant. Then sixth step is deciding the method and techniques to be deployed in the training. So methods means the way in which the training is conducted within an organization. So it may be different, like within on the job and off the job training, there are some classification like rotation, coaching, internship, role play, etc. These are some methods of training. And so there are some factors need to be considered before deciding the method, like depth of knowledge or nature of skills to be transferred. We have to analyze how much the employee is educated and how much they are talented. Then background of trainees, operative problems confronted by the organization. uh, Consideration of facilities, we have to examine the facilities that we have available within the organization, and plan a method by using these methods, by using the methods that we have within the organization. The number of persons to be trained, there are if there are few number of person for the training, we can um, adopt the methods like internship training, job rotation, etc. If there are large number of trainees, we can adopt the methods like conference, lectures, etc. So, seventh step is to determine methods of evaluating the training, and this is the last step is to evaluating the training. Methods for evaluation of training can be judging and measuring reaction of participants. As we said before, it is that an objective that we set at setting goals and objective. There is a reaction objective. It means a trainee who are alive at their learning situation will give their feelings, and we give their expression, and their feelings come out as the reaction, as their reaction. So judging this reaction must be helpful, and measuring the results or changes as before and after, evaluating new and different attitudinal and behavioral changes in the performance. um, uh, their attitudinal differences before training and after training can be analyzed for evaluating the training. Assessing and measuring how far the learning has been gainful and effective can be measured by considering the output, efficiency of the employees, etc. So here we can conclude that training of an employee is an essential work because workforce is an invaluable asset to an organization. Training improves the performance of employees, so employees on present jobs, and prepares them for taking up new assignments in future. So training is an inevitable function for every organization for making their employees capable of doing with more challenging works. So that's it. Thank you.